Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Yesterday, Liverpool thrashed Manchester United 4-0 at Anfield. Liverpool have beaten Manchester United 9-0 on aggregate this season. Because obviously Liverpool won 4-0 yesterday, and earlier on this season Liverpool won 5-0 at Old Trafford. Liverpool are now top of the Premier League by 1 point. Yesterday, Liverpool's goals came from Luis Diaz. He scored the first goal. He also got an assist in the game. Luis Diaz also had a goal ruled out for offside. Luis Diaz has been sensational since he went to Liverpool. Liverpool got Luis Diaz from Porto back in January. Mohamed Salah, he got a brace yesterday. One of his goals, he chipped David De Gea. And the build-up to play to Salah's first goal was absolutely world class. You know, the way Salah took the ball down and, hit it. Salah also got an assist in the game. Salah, had been out of form as well. Salah is the best player in the world at this moment in time. Liverpool got Salah from Roma. Salah will be signing a long-term contract with Liverpool. Well, earlier on this season, he said contract talks had stalled between Salah and the club. Sadio Mane also scored for Liverpool. He also got an assist in the game. So there were the goals, and Diego Jota got an assist. Diego Jota has done really well for Liverpool. Liverpool got Jota from Wolves. Manchester United were very poor. It took us till nearly 60 minutes to have a shot on target. Pogba, he went off injured in the first half. He was replaced by Jesse Lingard. Manchester United were missing some players. Obviously there was no Ronaldo. Recently Ronaldo announced the death of his baby son. Ronaldo has recently returned to training. There was no Fred yesterday because he's still injured. Cavani, he's still injured. Varane, he's still out. And Luke Shaw looks like he's out for the season. Rangnick has give his perception on the game. He said the defeat was humiliating. And he said, Liverpool are like 6 years ahead of Manchester United. Rangnick, by the way, said there could be as many as 10 incoming players at Manchester United this summer, so obviously Rangnick is planning a rebuild. As for Liverpool, they had no injuries yesterday. Obviously Liverpool have got a fully fit squad. Liverpool could win the quadruple this season. If Liverpool do win it, they'll be the first ever team to do it because it's never been done before. Liverpool are in the Premier League title race. They're in the FA Cup final. They'll be playing Chelsea. They're in the Champions League semi-final, and they've already won the Carabao Cup this season. Jurgen Klopp, very, very good manager. Jurgen Klopp has won 5 trophies as a Liverpool manager so far. So Klopp has won the Carabao Cup, he's won the Premier League, the Super Cup, the FIFA Club World Cup and the Champions League. Liverpool have won 6 Champions Leagues. They've won the most Champions Leagues out of the English clubs. Klopp has been a Liverpool manager for over 6 years. He got appointed in as the Liverpool manager back in 2015. He's got a contract with Liverpool until 2024. I can assure that Klopp will see out his contract at Liverpool. When Klopp eventually leaves Liverpool, he'll go back to Germany. Before Liverpool, Klopp managed Borussia Dortmund. He won a few trophies with them, and before then he managed Mainz 05. But Jurgen Klopp, without a doubt, is the best manager that Liverpool Football Club have had in this generation. They've had a lot of good managers though over the years. Before Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool had Brendan Rodgers. Liverpool enjoyed one good season under Rodgers and then he wasn't good. Roy Hodgson, he's the worst manager Liverpool have ever had. Liverpool ended up sacking him. They had Kenny Dalglish at one point. He was okay at times as a manager, but I thought he was a far superior player to a manager. A lot of years ago, Liverpool had Rafa Benitez. Don't forget, Liverpool won the Champions League under him. Before then, they had Gerard Houllier. He was good. Gerard Houllier passed away last year. And a lot of years ago, Liverpool had Bob Paisley and Bill Shankly. So there you go. Let me put into the equation that Liverpool have lost players. Don't forget they loaned Nathaniel Phillips out. Last year, was it? They let Wijnaldum go. He went to PSG on a free from Liverpool. They let Shaqiri go. I think, if I'm right, Shaqiri went to Bayer Leverkusen from Liverpool. Quite a few years ago, Liverpool sold Philippe Coutinho. Coutinho went to Barcelona from Liverpool. Liverpool did receive around £142 million from him, but out of that money, Liverpool went and bought Virgil van Dijk and Alisson. So that was good business from Liverpool. Around, was it a while ago now, Liverpool let Sterling go. Sterling went to City from Liverpool. Liverpool also let players like Klein leave, Lovren leave, Lallana leave. Don't forget Liverpool got them players from Southampton. Liverpool have done very good transfer business with Southampton before. Liverpool also let Brewster go. So there you go. This season, Liverpool have only lost, 2 games is it in the league? They lost to West Ham 3-2 and they lost to Leicester 1-0. Manchester United have not beaten Liverpool in the Premier League since 2018. Manchester United have not won at Anfield since 2016. Manchester United's next game is Arsenal. It's this Saturday. Man United could drop points in that game. I think the top four is officially over now for Man United. I don't think Man United will get the top four. The news regarding Erik ten Hag. Sky Sports recently said that Manchester United will announce Erik ten Hag as the new manager this week. I think Ten Hag to Man United will be official after the Arsenal game. Ten Hag is going to get a 200 million transfer kitty. And it said his contract is set to be completed. I think Erik ten Hag is going to sign a 3-year contract at Man United. I think there's an option of a 4th year. And Man United will pay his release clause, which is around £2 million. That's cheap. As you all know, Erik ten Hag's new assistant is Michel van der Gag. Ten Hag also wants to bring Robin van Persie back to Man United as part of his backroom staff. And there's quite a few players Ten Hag wants to bring in. He wants to bring Anthony in. He's valued at 50 million. There's also quite a few players he wants from the Premier League, and he wants to bring some players in from Ajax. Ten Hag's going to get rid of a lot of players this summer. Up to 11 players could leave Man United this summer. Ajax recently lost the final to PSV 2-1. But I'm glad Ten Hag is going to be the next Man United manager, because it'll be good for him to come and experience the Premier League. You've got to admire the work he's done at Ajax. At Ajax, he's won some Dutch Cups, won a couple of Eredivisie titles, got them to the final this season but didn't win it, and revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. Ten Hag's been the Ajax manager for over 4 years. He got appointed in as the Ajax manager back in December 2017. His contract at Ajax expires next year. Ten Hag is the former Utrecht, Bayern Munich reserves and Go Ahead Eagles manager. So Ten Hag will be Man United's 5th permanent manager. Manchester United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson. We sacked David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and last year Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ralph Rangnick, he's been Man United's interim manager for around 4 months now. It initially said he's Man United's interim manager till the end of the season, then he's expected to take up a consultancy role for a further 2 years. Earlier on this season it said when Rangnick begins a consultancy role, he will only work 6 days a month. earlier on this season, it said that the Austrian FA denied making an approach for Ralf Rangnick. Prior to that, it said the Austrian FA had made an approach for Rangnick, said they wanted Rangnick as the new manager. And apparently Peter Shottle flew to Manchester and held talks with Rangnick. Before Man United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. He's enjoyed one transfer window at Man United, and unfortunately Rangnick did not get backed in the January transfer window this year. Earlier on this season, Rangnick recommended Ewan Sharping as an assistant coach and analyst. He also recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he recommended Saz Chalenzin as a sports psychologist. So, to be fair, he has made changes since he's come in. And I'd say Rangnick is being totally blameless for the poor performances. The players have had to take responsibility for the poor performances. A lot of the players at Man United are simply not good enough. We need a revamp at the club, so we need a new team and we need a new manager, and obviously the new manager is going to be Ten Hag. But Rangnick, none of this squad's his. None of it, he's inheriting players who other managers have brought in. Manchester United have not won a trophy for 5 years, nowhere near good enough to our standards. Man United have only won 4 trophies in the last 10 years. The last time Man United won the Premier League was back in 2013. In the last 10 years, Man United have spent, over 1.3 billion. But, always spending big doesn't guarantee you success. Manchester United have spent a hell of a lot more money than Liverpool. Liverpool have probably spent over 400 million under the Jurgen Klopp era. So they've probably spent a quarter of what Man United have spent. But, Liverpool are a club that, don't overpay for players. They'll pay reasonable fees for players. But Manchester United have really struggled since Ferguson retired. A lot of United fans predicted it was all going to go wrong when Ferguson retired, which obviously it has done. We've got to accept that no one is going to replicate what Ferguson did at the club. Alex Ferguson brought success to Manchester United. He won 30 odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles, but he didn't settle in straight away, Ferguson, because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. Alex Ferguson was Manchester United manager for 26, 27 years, so reflecting on that, he was a long-serving manager. Ferguson retired from Man United almost 10 years ago. And I don't like the way the football club's been run for a long time. We've got to get the Glazers out of the football club. The Glazers have owned Manchester United now for around 17 years. They bought the club for 500 million back in 2005. Don't forget, prior to the Norwich City game at Old Trafford, United fans protested against the Glazers. It was a small and peaceful protest. Towards the end of last season, United fans protested against the Glazers because at that point the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. And earlier on this season it said the Glazers were planning to demolish Old Trafford. It said Man United were looking to upgrade the stadium, looking to increase the capacity to around 80,000. Old Trafford at the moment holds around 75,000. It's the second biggest stadium in England. Wembley's the biggest in England. You know, Man United have played in the same stadium for 112 years. But this summer, the players who I think will leave Man United, I definitely think Cavani will be leaving. Cavani's out of contract in the summer. Man United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Like I said, Cavani's not available at the moment, he's injured. Lingard will leave, I think, as well this summer. Lingard's out of contract in the summer. Lingard should have left in January this year, but Man United blocked his exit. Juan Mata, I'm expecting him to leave this summer. Mata's been at Man United for around 8 years, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. Mata's out of contract at Man United this summer. Ronaldo, he could be leaving Man United this summer. Don't forget, Erik ten Hag said that Ronaldo will not be part of his plans for next season. Like I said to you earlier on in the video, Ronaldo missed the game against Liverpool yesterday following the death of his baby son. But like I said, you know, Ronaldo has returned to training now, so could be playing against Arsenal this weekend. Ronaldo did play in the 3-2 win against Norwich. Ronaldo got a hat-trick. It was his 60th hat-trick in his career, and it was his second hat-trick in 3 league games. You know, Ronaldo now has 21 goals in all competitions since he re-signed for Man United. Matic, I'm expecting him to leave this summer. Pogba, I think he'll be leaving this summer as well. Jones and Bailly, I think they'll also be leaving this summer. Do you think Bissaka could leave this summer as well? Harry Maguire, I think there's a good chance we'll offload him this summer. Henderson will leave as well. Henderson's our second choice keeper, doesn't really get in goal. Marcus Rashford, you know, he could leave this summer because he's been subjected to a lot of transfer speculation, especially throughout the course of this season. And I think players will leave next year. We've got quite a lot of players' contracts that expire next year. So anyway guys, on my next video, I'll be giving you my player ratings from this game. Drop me comments, likes below on the channel if you do. Consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.